Hey, we're here again, and we're going to talk about one of the exercises that we like for core stability. A lot of people talk about core stability and they give exercises. The problem we have with a lot of the exercises that are out there, given by coaches, trainers, therapists, and then they're done, of course, by the athletes themselves, is they put the athlete into repetitive flexion. What we try to do is we try to minimize, of course, the repetitions of flexion in training. We believe that the athlete should own that movement, but we don't like the athlete going into repetitive flexion this way, whether it be in the form of a crunch or a sit-up or all those different forms that you might see out there. So the exercise that we wanted to demonstrate today and show you a couple variations of how we challenge the athlete is the front plank. What we try to do is we instruct the athlete to get as stiff as they can through the entire core. Now it's important to know that the core is not just the abdomen, it's the lats, of course the abdomen, the obliques, the deep muscles including the transverse abdominis, the multifidus. We also include the hips and glutes, of course, and then as low as the quads and the adductors. So all that, we're trying to maintain stiffness as much as we can, and we train it in 10-second work intervals with as much rest as needed between the intervals as you need. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to demonstrate how we perform it, and then I'll show you a couple of variations that we do to increase the challenge or the demand. So when I get down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on my elbows and forearms, and then I'm going to get as stiff as I can. So I'm trying to tighten my lats, I'm bracing my abdominals, my abdominal wall, I'm engaging my glutes, I'm squeezing my thighs together, and I'm contracting my quads. Bring my knees toward my hips. So I'm going to go down, get as stiff as I can, and I would hold that for 10 seconds. And then I can rest. I can rest in this position. I can rest on all fours, however you want to rest. It's important though, if I go down here and I go up into the next plank, that I don't do one of these. What you saw there was you saw my spine break momentarily. So that's one of the things we cue for sure, is to try to come up as one unit, like that. Again, just everything we can do to spare the spine in training. Number one objective is to not get hurt in the weight room. So now I'm going to show you a couple variations that we do to increase the challenge. We can also have the athlete plank with the elbows extended. Same idea. I'm going to wind up my lats, brace my abdominal wall, get my hips and my quads involved. Hold that for 10. Could have the athlete rest. As soon as they're ready, go back up. Now I'm going to add single leg hip extension. Back down. Do the other side. Back down. You could do 10 seconds on one leg. You could do 5 seconds and then switch to the other leg. You can also do, I'll turn this way so you can see. Get stiff as I can. Go upper quadrant. Another plank variation. I can go side plank variation, where I get down on my side, front foot over the bottom, come up, put my hips forward, full hip extension, grab the opposite shoulder, tuck the elbow, and get as stiff as I can this way. 10 seconds. So there's all kinds of variations to do. What's really challenging is go 10 seconds. You can start with 6 times 10 for a minute of tension. You can go 12 by 10 seconds for 2 minutes of tension. And just give the athlete the amount of rest that they need between reps. But cue them and make sure they're stiff on every single rep.